Welcome to the Geolocation and Face Attendance System. This is a production-grade Flutter application that combines real-time GPS geofencing with on-device AI face recognition, backed by Firebase and synced to Odoo 18 ERP. Why did we build this app? Traditional attendance systems suffer from three major problems: buddy punching, where colleagues clock in for absent staff; location fraud, marking attendance from outside the office; and manual records that are error-prone and disconnected from HR systems. This app solves all three. With 100% on-device face AI, GPS-verified geofencing, live Odoo 18 sync, and OTP phone verification. Let us walk through the core features. Face registration allows one-time face enrollment using mobile FaceNet, generating a 192-dimensional embedding stored securely in Firestore. Every check-in and check-out requires a live face match using Euclidean distance scoring. GPS geofencing uses the Haversine formula to ensure the user is within the office radius. The real-time map shows the user's live position and nearest office. Multi-office support lets admins manage multiple locations with individual radius settings. All data syncs to Odoo 18 via REST API with offline queue replay. The app also features attendance performance bar charts, daily and monthly, and an outside radius filter in the History tab for flagged checkouts. Here is the complete technology stack. On the mobile side, we use Flutter and Dart with Flutter Map and Latlang 2 for the GPS map, Geolocator for real-time GPS streaming, the camera plugin for front camera access, Google ML Kit face detection for face bounding boxes, T-Flight Flutter for on-device mobile FaceNet inference, and Fluid Chart for the attendance performance bar charts. On the backend, we use Firebase authentication, Cloud Firestore, Firebase notifications, Odoo 18 REST API for ERP sync, Upload Thing for face image CDN storage, Shared Preferences for local config, and Flutter.env for environment management. The app architecture follows a clean three-tier design. The Flutter app handles the UI, camera, GPS, and mobile FaceNet TF-Lite inference. It communicates with Firebase for authentication and Firestore data storage, and it pushes attendance records to Odoo 18 via REST API. Critically, Face AI runs entirely on device. Only numerical embeddings are stored, never raw face photos. If Odoo Sync fails, records are queued in shared preferences and replayed on next launch. The app user flow starts with an auth check. New users go through login, OTP verification, biometric consent, and face registration. The main experience has three tabs. The Home tab shows a live GPS map, nearest office with distance, a check-in and check-out button with a refresh button that also recenters the GPS map, today's session summary, and the attendance performance bar charts. The History tab shows the full attendance log with filter chips for date and status, plus the outside radius filter chip on a second row as an A&D condition. The Profile tab shows user info, work hours overview, settings, and sign out. Configuration Step 1. Firebase Setup. Create a Firebase project. Register the Android app with the package name HG, Face, Attendance. Download Google Services, JSON and place it in Android/app. Enable email password and phone authentication providers. Create a Firestore database in production mode. Then deploy the security rules with Firebase Deploy. Configuration Step 2. The .env file. Create a .env file in the project root. Set turn_sync_Odoo to 1 to enable Odoo sync, or 0 for Firebase only mode. Optionally add your upload thing token for face image CDN storage. Never commit this file. Ensure it is listed in .gitignore. Configuration Step 3. Building and running the app. You need Flutter 3.16 or higher and Dart 3.2 or higher. Run Flutter pub-get to install all dependencies. Use a real Android device for best results. Emulators have limited camera and GPS support. Build the signed release APK with Flutter build APK release. The output will be at build/app/outputs/flutter apk/app-release.apk. Configuration Step 4. Which is optional. Odoo 18 Sync Setup. Install the custom Odoo 18 Geolocation Face Attendance module on your Odoo instance. Generate an API key in Odoo system parameters under the key gfa.appy_key. In the app, go to Profile, then Settings, then Odoo Sync. Enter the base URL and API key, and toggle Sync on. All sync calls are idempotent. Duplicate requests are deduplicated by Firebase Document ID. User Manual Part 1. First launch and account setup. On first launch, grant camera and location permissions. Both are required. Sign up with your name, email, and password, and optionally add a phone number for OTP. If a phone number is entered, a 6-digit OTP is sent via SMS. Read and accept the consent screen, which explains how biometric data is used. Finally, register your face by pointing the front camera at your face. The app generates and saves your 192-dimensional mobile face net embedding. This is a one-time setup. User Manual Part 2. Daily check-in and check-out. Open the Home tab. The map loads your live GPS position. The check-in button activates only when you are within the office geofence radius. Tap Check-in to open the camera. Your face is detected and matched against the stored embedding. A score below 1.0 approves the check-in. After check-in, the Home tab shows a live elapsed timer. When ready, tap Checkout. Face scan is required again. If your checkout GPS is outside the office radius, the flag outside checkout field is set to true for admin review. User Manual Part 3. Admin and Management Features. Office locations are managed from Profile. Then Office Locations. Tap the plus icon to add offices. Set name, coordinates, and radius in meters. Changes sync to Odoo 18 automatically. The settings screen is accessed from Profile. Then Settings. It includes the new Office Settings section with a direct link to office locations. Theme toggle. Odoo base URL and API key fields. And Sync toggle. The History tab provides a full attendance log with date, status, and outside radius filter chips for reviewing flagged checkouts. The app also shows daily and monthly performance bar charts for detailed analytics. Technical detail. The face recognition pipeline. Each camera frame goes through ML-Kit face detection to get the bounding box. The face region is cropped and passed to the mobile face net TF Lite model, which generates a 192 float embedding. At check-in and check-out, the live embedding is compared to the stored one using Euclidean distance. A distance below 1.0 means a match and the attendance is approved. A distance of 1.0 or above means rejection due to face mismatch. Technical detail. GPS geofencing logic. The app uses the Haversine formula with Earth radius 6,371,000 meters to calculate the precise distance between the user's GPS coordinates and each office center. The GPS stream updates every second. All offices are enriched with current distance, and the nearest office is selected automatically. If the distance is within the office radius, the check-in button is enabled. At checkout, The GPS is always recorded regardless of location. If the checkout distance exceeds the office radius, the flag outside checkout and checkout distance in meters fields are stored in Firestore and visible in the Odoo admin console. Security and privacy are foundational to this app. Mobile FaceNet runs entirely on device via TF Lite. No face images are sent to servers. Only the 192 float numerical embedding is stored in Firestore. Firebase security rules enforce that users can only read and write their own data. A dedicated consent screen with full privacy policy must be accepted before any biometric data is collected. Firebase Auth uses server-side token validation, phone OTP binding, and signed deep links for password reset. The Odoo API key is stored only in shared preferences locally and never in source code. The Firestore database has three main collections. Users stores display name, email, phone, face registered flag, the 192 float face embedding array, face URL, and creation timestamp. Check-in stores user ID, username, office name, check-in and checkout timestamps, face score, GPS coordinates, the outside checkout flag, and status. Office location stores office name, latitude, longitude, radius in meters, created by user ID, and creation timestamp. Common issues and troubleshooting. If the check-in button stays disabled, verify GPS is enabled and you are within the geofence. If face detection fails, ensure good lighting and face the camera directly. If Odoo sync is not working, check turn_sync_Odoo equals 1 and verify the API key. If the map shows a blank screen, check internet connectivity. The app uses OpenStreetMap tiles. If you see Firebase permission denied errors, ensure Firestore rules are deployed correctly. If OTP SMS is not received, check that the phone provider is enabled in Firebase authentication. To summarize, this is a production-ready Flutter attendance app combining Face AI with 192-dimensional embeddings, GPS Haversine geofencing, Firebase Auth and Firestore backend, Odoo 18 REST ERP integration, offline queue replay, OTP verification, attendance performance bar charts, and the outside radius filter for flagged checkout review. The app has three main tabs, supports 4 Odoo sync event types, and allows up to 15 sync retries. It is fully configured, tested, and ready to deploy. Thank you for watching.